Back on TYT Sports, and a big thank you to all of our audience and our viewers, because we cracked 300,000 subscribers by the time that you're watching this. It probably happened right around 2 o'clock Friday afternoon, because we were approaching it as we got there. Especially over the last, 15 or 20,000 subs or so, seriously, people came flocking in, and it's fantastic to see.
We've always thought we were good, but it just took a while for people to catch up and realize that our jokes were just temporary, but our commentary
jokes are terrible.
Was permanent.
Our commentary, oh my God, that's our new tagline. Jokes are temporary, commentary is permanent. So we sent out a couple tweets to get some Q&A, because we wanted to get the question and answer little forum going for everybody, and I said the weirder the better, and you did not let me down on some of those. So I grabbed 15 of them. If we get through all 15 of these, by all means, that's a fantastic achievement. But again, a huge thank you. We couldn't do it without you. So our first question comes in the form of @Savage, or there's a fucking fly. Which one of you would be a better athlete? I get to answer this one so quickly. He played, you can come back to us, Shakori. He played professional soccer ball. I played intramural basketball. He played a professional sport right out of high school. I watched professional sports right out of high school. He is by far the better athlete.
But, all right, so we'll go into a little bit more detail. We'll take away that sport, right? We'll take away football.
Anything with your legs, you're faster, stronger, you can probably jump higher. I'm white and Jewish, so I'm fucking I'm out of contention. Can you name me 3 famous good Jewish athletes? Max Baer from the movie Cinderella Man is a Jew. Sandy Koufax, but it's baseball. Josh Rosen from UCLA football.
How do you know these guys? What about, is Ben Mankiewicz good as Ben Mankiewicz is good at betting?
Ben Mankiewicz is very cheap at
betting
basketball.
was some sort of athletic sport.
He throws elbows.
He does?
He throws bows. He throws bows at your head.
All right, well, if it comes to baseball, Jason's going to take it. My lack of interest in the sport has made me never really want to try it. And I did step into a batting cage once, and I was disastrous. Hand-eye coordination is not my strong suit.
Foot-eye coordination.
Foot-eye coordination, I'll destroy it. I'll destroy an average, most people aren't, especially that I've played pickup games with in the US, just aren't very good. Bowling's not bad. The only thing is, in the UK, for some reason, we have barriers quite often. So when I came here, I didn't realize that the barriers were just not there.
Gutter balls.
Gutter every time.
Yeah, he's also a very good golfer. So
that is true.
And you don't have to be super athletic to do that. All right, next question.
If you could switch places with any other Jason and Francis in sports,
who
would it be and why? And this is changing things up, but we'll just remove the sports, because I don't know if there's anyone.
Sports?
In sports, there's a player who used to play with Scotland called Francis McAvenny, or Frankie McAvenny. The only reason I'd switch places with him is because everyone used to make parody videos of him, because he was more obsessed with women than he was with actual sports. And his famous line was, "Where's the birds?" And birds in Scotland means girls. So, where's the birds?
What if you actually have to talk about where the birds are, like the flying?
Well, that conversation would end abruptly.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about that.
I'm just saying. Where
are you going with this? You want to take some sort of career?
What I'm saying is that what if there's an actual instance where you need to talk about the birds that aren't related to girls? That makes no sense. You say, oh, look at those girls up there flying around the sky. So graceful. Shitting on everything. You got girl shit on you. That's disgusting.
Your brain works in mysterious ways.
I didn't know they were talking about sports. I can't think of any famous Jasons in sports. Jason Isringhausen is not a good pitcher. So no, I want to do Jason Sudeikis.
Jason Day.
Jason Day. Yeah, I'd be a golfer anyway.
Banging on a drive.
Jason Sudeikis, because he's married to Olivia Wilde, even though before I said he was married to Blake Lively. Whatever. Take either.
Yeah, Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd.
Thank you. Jason Williams. White chocolate. Not the one who murdered his limo driver. Jason, the white one.
It's all coming back.
Elbow pass.
It's all coming back. But if you're opening it up to a wider range of not just athletes, I would like to be Francis Underwood.
From House of Cards.
From House of Cards.
Francis Ford Coppola.
I think I'd be a good president, and I can't be president either way because your rules. Let's just keep every other rule ridiculously stupid, but let's put one in place. There's no foreigners who come in and end up being citizens can be president anyway. That's shite. I would be a great president.
Pope Francis.
Pope Francis.
You can be Pope.
Yeah.
Can't you? Or you have to be like in the Vatican or something?
I don't think I can be Pope now, Jason.
I was going to refer back to my first question as to why I don't understand.
There's been a few late nights I think it's ruled me out of being a Pope.
Interesting. I'd vote for you.
It's not a vote. It's not a democracy. You need help.
It should not.
Next question. Let's vote for the Pope. The Pope election would be
religion.
The Pope election would be a great one.
The greatest sport memory and what has been the best live game you have ever been on?
Just taking it all from this same guy.
Is it the same guy?
This guy's just getting all these questions.
like Savage.
Sorry, everyone else. The greatest sport memory, is it just in sports in general?
Yeah, you're great. Your greatest sports memory, and also professional sport, and also the best live game you've ever been to.
Okay, best live game I've ever been to was Celtic versus Rangers. I can't remember exactly which year, but it was Celtic versus Rangers, Old Firm game. It was in order to sway the league one way or another that season. Shinsuke Nakamura, who was a Japanese wizard with a left foot, cuts in, bangs a shot from about 40 yards. I'm sitting behind the goal, so I see the ball move. And it goes, the keeper moves one way, it goes in the back of net. Celtic emerged victorious of that game, and we go on to win the league that year. Just phenomenal game to be at. Atmosphere electric, and you cannot complain.
Not bad. Not bad at all. The New Jersey Nets versus the Chicago Bulls in 1997. Got to see Jordan play. And that was really important to me, and also important to my father because I wanted to see Michael Jordan play. It was remarkable. It was a double overtime game, which is even more remarkable considering the Nets were terrible in the early 90s before they got Jason Kidd, speaking of them. But they went to double overtime against that Bulls team. Jordan dropped like 42, like with ease. With ease. But the best, I mean, that wasn't the best game. That was my favorite sports memory. Probably the 2000 World Series, Mets and Yankees, just because the Mets were in it. Watched the Mets lose, but.
In terms of sports memories, by the way, like recency is going to play a huge part in this. Like I am fallen in love with basketball. Basketball is just like the girl that's finally giving me the time of day. The recency, LeBron James block and the whole comeback from the Cleveland Cavaliers will live long in my memory because that is when it firmly dawned on me that I love this sport and I can't wait to talk about it for however long I'm able to because I loved having this kind of recency outlook on it and being like, how can this guy not be considered one of the greatest? Like, look at what he's done in this game. But going back to obviously my more local sport in football, I don't like Manchester City. But when I seen them win the Premier League on that last goal by Sergio Aguero,
of course.
Wasn't at the game. I was sitting at home with my family, and I remember that's just it just moves you. You don't you have no like Leicester City the full season just moves you. You don't need to be a fan of the team, but seeing someone just accomplish greatness. It brings up that emotion in everyone, no matter whether you have been in that situation. But for me, luckily enough, I've been in numerous football situations. I haven't played the game and scoring last-minute goals. And when you see that, it just brings back those memories. So that's why I like it.
That's a great memory.
Yeah.
Balotelli assisted that goal. Never forget. Next question.
Let's hope it's not from Savage. All right, good. We've got a different one.
If you could have played, Francis, with any soccer or baseball player, any era, who would it be? Who would you play with? Henrik Larsson?
No, I love Henrik Larsson, but I've always, you know my fandom.
Lord Bentner.
My fandom for players to have just like been on the same park with would be Zinedine Zidane, just to kind of watch whether or not he actually touched the grass or not. Like he looked like he just floated along, and would just maneuver in certain ways that I could never really understand for being so big, because the guy's tall and he's lanky and he's bald. Some things that happen to not go well with some people, but he made it his own. He could have been the bald Bond. That's how suave Zinedine Zidane was. So I would love to have played with him. I've played against some good players. Morris Edu, who happens to play in the US. He was a #1 draft pick at his time. James McCarthy, who plays for Ireland and plays for Everton when I was younger in Scotland. So I've happened to play against some good players, but that I would love to have played with Zidane. Baseball player, I'm going to answer for Jason. This is how well we know each other. Kenny Griffey Jr.
Yeah, it's undoubtedly true. Would have loved to play with Griffey. It would have been more fun to play with Darryl Strawberry because he's out of his mind and not on a lot of drugs. But
what about to play with Barboza and just poke fun at him and just spark another fight?
That would be pretty good too, actually. I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's Griffey. It's undoubtedly Griffey, even though I'd let him do most of the work, all of the work, 110%.
But just imagine you have the talent to play with him. That would be...
Oh, it would be unbelievable. I mean, he was one of the greatest fielders I've ever seen. He's one of the greatest baseball players I've ever seen. I mean, they all coughed steroids, every single one of them in that time period, but that means I would have been on steroids.
That would be interesting to see.
Huge.
Your head will look so small.
Oh my God.
You're hilarious.
Come at me.
Next.
Would you rather be the next manager of England or the next manager of Arsenal? This is an easy one, Francis. This is just for you, too.
No, it's like a...
You have to choose.
It's like a tough would you rather.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
England.
Damn, that sucks, man. Next.
Short straw.
What was there a moment shut up, timer. We're going over. Was there a moment while watching basketball that made you think, damn, I like this sport?
When I went to
That's a hard question.
When I went to my first ever basketball game, Miami Heat, talked about that moment. I like to watch it. I never fully I like watching sports. -1. Most of I just like watching sports because I like to see athletes perform and I like to see just success stories. Everyone likes that. But basketball, I've always given the sport, even though I wasn't as big a fan as I have been in the last 6 years since I came to the US, I've always given them credit for just being ridiculous. You're ridiculous. You're 7 foot and you can move at that speed and dunk and do everything that just is remarkable as a human being. Like, when I looked at Shaq when I first met him, I was like, you came out of a person. You came out of a vagina. You, 7 foot, trunk, arms, legs, like that person came out of another person. It doesn't make any sense. And then he can do the things that he could do. So yeah, that moment was always there where I was like, I love to watch a sport. But of course, of recency, covering it with you and doing it every day where we analyze it, I'm like, this sport, it's not as complicated as people make it out to be, but it's very fun. And it's fun to talk about.
Knicks versus Pacers when J.R. Smith was on the Knicks. This is like really recent. At Madison Square Garden, I watched J.R. Smith live, pretty up close. Miss a 3, get the rebound, miss another 3, get the rebound, make a 3.
Is that when he done the celebration?
Damn, I really like this sport. I've done that before. I've done that multiple times in a pickup court. No, I guess it would be when Melo first came into the league with Wade and Bosh and James and all those guys. It really kind of made like a revolution. I'd actually also say AI. Watching Allen Iverson just play basketball, I was like, oh my God. I've never seen anybody like this before, at least in my lifetime. People had seen like Muggsy Bogues play. It was technically in my lifetime too, but like such dominance from such a little guy.
I would love for you to have seen Ronaldinho, like actually in a game.
I would have too.
He played against Celtic. I was at that game as well, and that was another moment where I was like, all right, I thought I was good at this sport.
Right.
Just seeing what that guy can do. Remarkable.
All right, we have to speed round through the rest because we have so many other clips to get in.
Ding, ding.
If you could pick any GIF meme to sum up your childhood, what would it be? Francis.
I want to throw you first.
Oh, it's the battle screech from SpongeBob.
Knick-knack, the patty's back. You did it, Mr. Plankton. Victory screech.
But I need to know why.
Because I think it's hilarious. Oh, why? Because me and my friends are weird. My friends and I, we're just weird people. So, like, that would be a normal thing to just kind of screech around the schoolyard.
Mine would probably be the little kid that's always, like, in the picture where he's always, like, pulling that funny face saying, you telling me, like, so you're telling me, because I was always a very curious kid. I was always one that was up there. It's like, he turns to the side. We'll throw it up. So you
tell me Kevin Durant's going to the Golden State Warriors?
So you're telling me that Jabi Alonso went for $8 million and Liverpool spent $92 million on Southampton players?
Yeah.
That guy?
That's your guy?
Yeah, because I was always questioning things. Yeah, always a curious little kid. Not too exciting in here. I was thinking about maybe the Kanye West meme because I was very bipolar as a kid. If I had a ball in front of me, I was delighted. And then if someone took it away and did anything, I was very moody. So it's like, ha, fuck you.
Yeah, and once you accept the fact that SpongeBob explains all of life in GIF form, you understand. Next quote, we have to really speed through now.
No, we got it.
We got it. Who has been the most articulate and interesting Everton fan who has ever guest presented on TYT? Wow. It's our good friend Damien Carville.
Damien, who was on the show, we had to give him a mention in here. It was very interesting.
It's like the best question.
It's the best question. The only time that I was ever disappointed of having Damien and Ben on the same clip is when it was the awesome clip about the girl who scored a touchdown in lingerie football, banged a beer on the ground and drank it and won. Awesome clip, and those two dads turned it into it's someone's daughter. Get off of the screen. Daughter. Just enjoy the brilliance. Next.
Does Jason still wear a V-neck without a white tee? Yes. Next. If you had to watch a full baseball game or cut your testicles off, which one you cut off first? Left.
But you like the sport.
Yeah, but if I have to.
You just joining in, you giving me moral support. Right,
I'm trying to go faster.
You cut off the left, I'll cut off the right. Next.
If you had Christophs Porzingis to yourself for 24 hours, what would you do?
Keep it.
Oh, my God. We keep it real by getting threes.
I'd play FIFA with him.
I play FIFA with him.
He's a big FIFA fan.
We'd shoot threes with him. What is the ultimate TYT pickup team by position?
Good one. Are we talking about basketball here?
Yeah, and 5-on-5 for football.
All right, 5-on-5 for soccer. Francis in goals. No one else.
Really? Wow.
No, I'm joking. Jason Rubin at the back because he's getting. He's got some defensive capabilities. I'm going to have Dan Keston, our EP, not just
he's
because
not
he's
bad.
here, because he actually played. He
Yeah.
played a little bit. I'm going to have J.R. Jackson for the intimidation and overall badassness of his character. He'll be able to be out there. He's physical. He's strong. I have to say Hassan Piquet because I'm just going for the
Just the
physicality.
big guys?
Big team with hard work ethic, and then I'll obviously play at the front. No goalkeeper needed because we'll dominate every other team. As long as you get me the ball, Jason, that is the number one rule. We are playing straight to me football here, but basketball, you've played with these guys. How do you know?
Yeah, they're really not. They think they're really, really good at basketball, and I have no problem saying that. Like the TYT basketball team or TYT pickup basketball, games in general, they really think they're like amazing at basketball. I give Steve-O a lot of credit because he's very shifty. He's a pretty good point guard if he passed more, but I'd still probably put Steve-O at the point guard. Obviously Hassan and JR because they're massive. JR's got a sweet drive too. I'm putting myself at the 2 because I'm not even a shooter, but I'm gonna shoot. And Dan, people don't understand. He's got like the Gasol brothers footwork.
So we're in the same realm for both sports, but
Yeah.
we're just switching out me for Steve-O. So no Cenk Uygur either. No CEO mentioned. No
I've only
Ja'Cory
played with Cenk like once, and I got some buckets over him. So no.
You bucketed over our CEO.
Yeah,
Is that why we don't get raised?
Claim
Thanks
to
for
fame.
that.
Probably.
Next.
I'll take
Ja'Cory's
Ja'Cory too. Ja'Cory's our coach.
Ja'Cory can juggle the ball, actually. I just haven't seen anyone play soccer. It's hard to choose.
What is the movie equivalent to your favorite sports team? Movie equivalent? The Mets would be like failure to launch. Chick flick with.
I was going to say like Titanic for Celtic. Once great.
Titanic.
Once had everything, all the bells and whistles looked great, and then. But that's not like in Scotland. We still win everything, but it's just in general like our performance in the Champions League in Europe has just been diabolical as of recent. We haven't been that same dominant team. So, I guess there's
What's a movie where like my team chokes at the end? What's a movie with that?
any murder movie where where the Mets can just be the victim.
Freddy vs. Jason, and that's like that's not a murder movie.
What kind of movie is that?
I don't know. Next question. What athlete would you want to be for a week? J.R. Smith. That's the easiest question in the world.
I think J.R. Smith's a good one.
I could just start taking off my shirt right now.
I don't know. I kind of would like to be Antonio Brown because the guy's a specimen.
Really?
He just looks like a beast, man. He's just really great.
damn
Or
good
maybe,
receiver, too.
or maybe Odell Beckham Jr. because I'd like to see what it's like from point
get to be friends with Drake.
point of view of what's her name, Kourtney Kardashian, backing that ass up on me.
That's a good point. I'm still taking JR. Would you rather be bald or wear Crocs? You don't get to do this business with bad hair, so 3 years I'll take the Crocs.
But you don't get to do this business with Crocs either. We would prevent you from coming in the studio.
Desk! You don't know? See? No Crocs.
Corey would not allow you in the studio if you had Crocs on.
Look, we can go barefoot on this show. It does not matter.
Nah, I'm not. I'm the same. My vanity, of course,
Sorry, guys.
ensues. No baldness.
Falling
for me.
off.
I'll wear the Crocs.
Next!
Well done.
That's it?
The Zilch Show.
All right.
Why were you
Ja'Cory,
rushing
would you
us?
rather go bald or wear Crocs?
I'm already going bald.
So you'll wear Crocs?
And wear Crocs.
And wear Crocs.
Bartman.
Bart?
Bald.
Really? Wow. Annie?
Crocs are that bad. Yeah.
Bald or wear Crocs?
No, I think I'd compromise.
Damn.
Kev. No Crocs. Everyone's gone
Wow.
bald.
I have short hair.
I mean, this is such a bad market for Crocs. Like they're just getting sold out for baldness right here. Like everyone, there's no way.
There was one more I have to add in, which is, Francis, would you rather piss a tennis ball or shit a bowling ball?
I'm definitely shitting a bowling ball. Like
Yeah,
I don't need my.
We talked about this in depth. The idea as a man to basically give birth through the tip of your penis sounds absolutely fucking terrible. So I'd rather ruin everything.
Figure out which tool do you need in the future. You know what I mean? Which tool do you really need in the future? And no, you don't need it, Annie. Annie's coming in from behind the camera saying that I need my butt. No, there's operations for that to prevent me
tool
using it.
are you gonna
I need a real. The tool that is needed has to be preserved.
A jackhammer.
Okay. Either way, thanks
for
for the
watching,
questions.
guys.
The response was fantastic. I'm sorry we couldn't get through more. There was a bunch in the YouTube comment section as well, but we didn't kind of feel like there was going to be enough on Twitter, so we posed it everywhere. But Twitter flooded with the questions. So get us to 400,000 quicker, or 350,000, and we'll do more.
We'll do it at
Q&As there.
308,000.
So we'll set up a full day of just Q&A so that we can bring in a bunch of questions. So thanks again. We appreciate it as always. I hope you gain some insight into our weird and mysterious lives. On Twitter, Francis_Maxwell, Jason Rubin 91. 2IT Sports. Keep subscribing, keep liking, keep favouring, keep tuning in, and do not piss a tennis ball or shit a bowling ball.